Hi, Paul Akers here. I'm going to do a complete demo on FastEdge real quick and show you all the cool little things. So I'm using a PVC right now. I've got it cut. Notice it's not curly. It's nice and flat, which is good. You want to start with it flat. Then I'm going to put it on there like that. I'm going to roll it right there. Just get an initial adhesion on, just like that. Then I'm going to trim the ends with the flush cut trimmer. Boom, just like that. Very simple. Come over there and trim that edge like that. And if I have to go a little more, I can actually get in there and go a little bit more, and nice and clean. So now I've got that on there. Now I'm going to roll it again. The reason why I did that is because I don't want to roll over the edge and damage the edge when it's sticking out. So I roll it on there initially. And I'm using the steel wheels because I think it applies a lot more pressure. And the key here is lots of pressure. Now I'm using our FastEdge clamps here, which hold the board in place, which makes it really nice. I'm really focusing on the ends particularly. I want to make sure the ends are down so there's no way they can come up. See how I've done that? Now what I'm doing by doing this is I'm forcing that 5.5 mils of acrylic adhesive, because it's very thick adhesive, into the pores. If you just roll it once or twice, you're really not getting that to bind down into the particle board really well. Okay, so I've got that in there, it's done. Now I'm going to take our Quad Trimmer Pro right here, trims both directions. It's an old one, kind of grungy, you can see it doesn't matter. It's got a little bit of adhesive on there. I can take a little lacquer thinner right here on a rag, and I can clean that up a little bit. We use this all the time here. And sometimes it's a good thing to go in there and clean this up if you get a little bit of residue in there, just like that. And we'll do it to both of them. You can use a rag or a paper towel, whatever you want. Make sure it's all nice and clean. And we'll put that back together. And of course, it's got those little air compressors in there. It's very nice. Then I'm going to come to this end. I'm going to squeeze. I'm starting the blade off the end. Here's the blade, just so you see right here. I don't want to start the blade there. I want to start the blade off the end, just like that. That was my dog barking in the background, excuse me. Here we go. So here we go, just like this. Then we take it and we squeeze and we go all the way down, just like that. Now, let's take a look at that edge. You can see it's just perfect. Very, very nice. There's no residue or anything. Now, some people say they might get a little bit of residue right here from the adhesive. And they say, well, Paul, how do you clean that residue off? I haven't really got much here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. What do you use? I use lacquer thinner because I know what I'm doing. But lacquer thinner is the very solvent that we use to make our adhesive. So if you put too much lacquer thinner on a rag and it seeps into the edge, you're going to mess up the adhesion. So you got to be very careful with that. So I'm going to take a little lacquer thinner here on the rag. Not soaking, but just a little bit, right? And then I'm just going to lightly go over that edge, just boom, just like that. Not crazy. You don't want to go crazy with the lacquer thinner, and that's it. A quick wipe, and we're done. But if you've got a big saturated rag and it's just, you're getting adhesive, or you're getting solvent all over the place, you're going to make a mess, and you don't want to do that. Now you feel your edge. Let's say your edge is not quite trimmed. I have a little bit showing there, okay? And I say, well, you know, you want it perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take the trimmer again, and I'm going to go over it one more time and make sure that I've trimmed it all the way. Okay, and if I haven't got it all the way, just make sure you're squeezing tight enough. See, I wasn't squeezing tight enough. When I went over it that time, I got it. And you can also, if you want, take the trimmer apart and just use one edge just like that on either side. These are all just the little tricks. So now it's very, very good. There's no edge on there. See that? Just tiny, tiny thing, nothing of consequence. And now I'm going to take our fast break tool, and to make sure that edge never gets caught on anything, I'm just going to break that edge just a little bit. So you can go back and forth once or twice like this. And what that does is it puts a nice little radius on the edge of the material, which really, man, just makes it look beautiful, and it does a fantastic job. You see how that looks? Just really, really nice. So that's the total FastEdge experience from start to finish. And again, if you want to do a little cleanup, a little bit of lacquer thinner or citrus cleaner. I prefer lacquer thinner, but if you use too much of it, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You see how I just did a quick wipe there? That's it. We're done. Thanks a lot.